gets set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers. Doris Burke here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And so it's Prince with it. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
You know, Doris, there's a notion that big men can take a little longer to develop. What have you seen from Miles Turner?
That he's turned himself into a complete basketball player, Kevin, and think there were years because he was playing alongside another big. That he was out of position, but he can shoot the basketball with range. He's got strength, and he's a tremendous shot blocker.
So the Indiana Pacers able to put the first points up on the board. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. Now, in talking about Tyrese Halliburton, I wanted to know about the strategy for him out there. Coach said Halliburton is so quick and such a deft ball handler, I think it just comes down to keeping up with him, matching his pace, not letting him get one step ahead. So, that's the game plan. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate.
I'm going to disrespect me, boy.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now, here's Halliburton. Nembhard. Drills it from outside.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Lillard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
And the Pacers, Doris, last season trading for Pascal Siakam to complement this hungry team.
And, Kevin, it's important in a couple of ways. First of all, he's a two-time All-Star who's got a championship pedigree. The other part of this is Indiana is an equal opportunity offense, so they want to share the basketball. But Pascal brings individual playmaking and shot-making, and sometimes that's a must-have in this league.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather, and maybe just one or two things to talk about.
That download, see if that speed it up.
Here's Halliburton. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Siakam misses.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Tyrese Halliburton saying, I'm not just a pure shooter, folks. I've got a little ups in my game.
Now, here's Lillard. Ball's knocked loose. Lopez outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Yeah, such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Here's Nesmith. He has yet to score.
How about that? He's 7 feet tall, and Miles Turner, because of that ability to move in any direction at any moment, is a big-time problem inside.
Now here's Lillard. Giannis inside. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. And the Bucks with possession here. The Pacers making the shot. Back to Antetokounmpo. Siakam pulls it in. Indiana trailing here. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Lillard left side. Pass to Kuzma. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Screen by Antetokounmpo. 5 to shoot. And the basket by Lillard.
And there's an edge to Lillard's game. He's fearless, and you can see it when he's finishing in traffic.
Here's Halliburton.
Get out of here.
Sent back by Lopez. And they'll keep possession. No one near Turner as he lets it go. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Bucks lead by 3. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far from Milwaukee?
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Pacers obviously pushed the fast break. Tyrese Halliburton says the emphasis is getting outlets and running, playing fast. That's a good identity to have. It's a team that people want to play for, and it's a style you don't want to play against. You've got to be ready to play us. Kevin, the idea is for them to wear you down.
They fly, David. Baseline to baseline. They can really go. And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. Some of the tricks of the trade in that regard.
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, you know, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
And a wide open look for Walker. Off target with his 3. Bucks leading by 5. Left side, Porter. Green in the high post. Outside Portis. And they get it back to the middle. Second chance shot. The shot's good from Sims. Sims has got the lead up to 7 now for Milwaukee. Pass to McConnell. Outside for Halliburton. Now here's Walker. Walker a screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That's good, and it's McConnell with the assist.
And Walker with the size and strength to straight up move you out of his way.
And Greg, 2 seasons ago, the Bucks ranked 1st in defensive rating. Last season, they dropped down to number 19.
Yeah, shifting defensive schemes, coaching changes, also swapping Drew Holiday for Damian Lillard. But they can and should be better than 19.
Down low. Here's Walker. Halliburton with it. Picked up by Portis. They get it back. Toppin. Halliburton outside. Drives to the hoop. Makes it off the glass. Halliburton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, Halliburton going downhill on the attack. So few guys can stay in front of him.
Porter inside. Here's Portis. Banked in off the glass. Portis has got the lead back up to 7 now for the Bucks.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Outside Mathurin. Pass to Toppin. Drills the three-pointer.
The shooting fundamentals are a real plus for Obi Toppin. He has consistent mechanics and a high release point.
Giannis high post. Back to Lillard. Takes a three. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
.121 left here in the second. Out to Turner. Indiana moving it around. Clock at 4. Nemhard's shot is good. Nemhard's got 7 points.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammates.
And it's blocked. Outside Turner. Halliburton right side. Pass to Nemhard. Mathurin for 3. And stolen by Lillard. Now, Antetokounmpo. Nemhard covering. Powers through inside. Giannis.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Halliburton with it. He's got 6. Toppin can't get it to go. Here's Lillard. Good. And a nice assist from Prince. And it's a 9-point Bucks lead.
When you watch Taurean Prince play, you know it's about team. This guy finds the open man and loves delivering it.
And so it's Milwaukee in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
What?
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Now Porter. Pass to Sims. And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Halliburton.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better...
Oh!
My goodness.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill.
And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but Greg, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Siakam.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. Here's Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
6'9" with excellent elevation. No trouble at the cup for Siakam.
And Lopez has it in the corner. And again, the Bucks miss. Pacers trail by 9. Pass to Siakam. Outside Turner. Lopez over to help. Indiana moving the ball over. Here's the 3. Neesmith can't get it to go.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Here's Yacht. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Greg, we know the Pacers have to improve defensively. But where do they start?
Candidly, Kevin, I feel like they're too soft. Giving up offensive rebounds, cheap fouls. They've got to be tougher mentally and physically, especially on the interior.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Bucks leading by 8. Over in the corner, Green. Pass to Kuzma. Inside. Giannis is double. 5 on the clock. Shots good by Green. And the Bucks lead by 11.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Let's hear it from the dancers.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Outside Turner.
2 minutes in the third.
Pass to Siakam. And a wide open look for Halliburton. And the Pacers can't get it to go. Lillard attacking. Out to Kuzma. Here's Green. Over in the corner, Portis. Plenty of space.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Pacers shooting their first free throw this game. And that one misses. And when you think back to that Sabonis-Halliburton trade, Doris, it really worked out for both teams.
It's rare, Kevin, that you can talk about a, quote, win-win for both sides. Most trades are a little bit harder to evaluate because they involve more moving pieces. This was a straight-up one-to-one swap of young stars and positional fits for each side.
Here is Lillard at the elbow, Green. Back to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Siakam for 3. For 3. Good on the three-point shot. Siakam's got 5 points in the quarter.
This is a guy with size and range. You cannot let Pascal Siakam get those kinds of looks from deep.
Pacers trailed by 9. It's Nembhard on the wing. To the paint. outside Mathurin. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Siakam. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. A nice shot by Halliburton.
Halliburton, a huge part of this offense, which is why he has the confidence in these catch-and-shoot situations. No hesitation.
Lillard outside. On the wing. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. Back to the action. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. And so here is Indiana. They trail by 6. Walker in the corner. And the Pacers another 3.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Lillard attacking. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Over in the corner, Mathurin. That's good. And it's Halliburton with the assist.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Here's Lillard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal.
It's going to be on Obi Toppin. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
The Bucks working the ball around. Screen by Giannis. 4 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for Lopez. No good on the 3. Pass to Mathurin. Back to Halliburton. And there are the Pacers with another bucket.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot fall very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Milwaukee in the lead. Lillard with it. Mathurin picks him up. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Kicks it out to Lillard. Good on the triple. Lillard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. You know, he had some pros and cons. He said, I like our play inside. But what's happening at the arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. He needs more production from the outside. Guys?
Thank you, David. Back to Siakam. Pass to Nembhard. And the wide open shot from McConnell. Misses the 3. Bucks leading by 5. To the inside. And to Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Antetokounmpo hammers it in.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Turner inside. No good with the layup. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. They've led by as many as 14 points.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Pass to Siakam. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Back to Lillard. Here's Kuzma. Turner covering. Trent outside. Now Giannis. Against contact. Giannis Antetokounmpo forces it through.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Now here's Lillard. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Substitution for the Pacers.
Pacers trail by 9. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution for your Bucks.
Here's Halliburton. Pass to Siakam. Back to Halliburton. Siakam outside. Drains the three-pointer.
We call that patience. Veteran play. That's a big-time delivery by Pascal Siakam. Pressure. What pressure?
Over in the corner, Portis. Back to Lillard. And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
A steal. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Siakam with it. Picked up by Portis. Money!
Siakam relishes the opportunity to deliver. That's a big-time basket.
Outside Portis. Pass to Green. The rebound by Trent. And so here is Indiana. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
At the line for Milwaukee.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Taking 2 shots.
And so both free throws are good. And it's a 4-point ball game.
And he stepped. Up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 4. Turning here to our analysts, what factors, guys, come to your mind?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
Pass to Nesmith. Back to Siakam. In the corner, it's Nesmith. The three-pointer off the mark. So a close game sees Milwaukee taking this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris